Welcome to Rokani Media Football, guys. It's our first story of the day. I had really a very long day and I said, how can a day go by without me coming in here and really delivering to you some good news as far as Arsenal, Chelsea and very many other teams are really concerned in here for you. As I speak now, Chelsea is 1-1 with Southampton Premier League. Tuesday night football. There is Wednesday night football with Arsenal playing Aston Villa. That is tomorrow. And then on Thursday, it's United versus Leicester City. All right. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Rokani David is my name. And obviously today we are here to talk about the story of Arsenal inquiring on Paredes. Cody Gakpo latest as far as Arsenal is concerned, because he is wanted by Arsenal. Again, they've gone in for him. Then there is another story concerning a player who goes by the names of Idriisa Gueye. You know him, once at Everton, and he's trying to return to Everton from PSG. Remember, even Paredes is one of that player that PSG put onto the selling list, and he has agreed personal terms with Juventus, but it looks like they don't want to pay the amount of money that PSG is really requesting for in here onto the Rokani Media Football. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button. Still on our journey to hit 7,000 subscribers, guys, and endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Obviously, let's get into this. Mikel Arteta has really held a press conference of Arsenal as far as tomorrow's game is concerned, and there is some bad news I've heard that Thomas Partey is out. Then El Nini, who played in that position when Arsenal was playing a side which goes by the names of Fulham in a game they won 2-1, has also gotten an injury. So it looks like Arsenal are going to play with Granit Xhaka, Lokonga. You get? This is a position I always told people that each and every time Thomas Partey is away, you need a Tielemans. And obviously, they now see the needful to go in and bring in Tielemans. And we are left with just 2 days to close down the transfer window. So, today we've had the story coming in from Di Marzio that Arsenal inquired about PSG midfielder Lisandro Paredes, but the player wants to respect the agreement made with Juventus. So, looks like Arsenal are really yearning to bring in a central defensive midfielder. And Paredes, to me, is really a very good player. I support Manchester United. And before you're in for Casemiro, I was really saying, why don't we go in for a player who goes by names of Paredes? But I was told that United came in and inquired about Paredes, but Paredes said he doesn't want to come to Manchester United, and he has chosen Juventus over all teams. That's it. He has chosen Juventus over all teams. And I think when you hear how Di Marzio has really phrased it, that he wants to respect the agreement made with Juventus, meaning that he was intrigued with a move to Arsenal. He was intrigued, really. You see, when a team is really playing very well, every player would like to go in and play for them. That's it. Let no one lie to you. Many players, even though Arsenal is not in the Champions League, they want to go in and play for Arsenal, especially in the Champions League. They want to go in and play for Arsenal. Do you know why? The reason is simple. Because they know that when you go and play for Arsenal, obviously, it's going to be the next big thing, and they're really going to be thriving with a team which goes by names of Arsenal. So as things stand, we are good to go. Arsenal is really looking for central defensive midfielder, and that is really confirmed to us by Di Marzio. But the player is saying that I've already had consultations and agreement with Juventus in place. I'm just waiting for Juventus to go in and pay in my money that PSG is really requesting. They're requesting £35 billion. Sorry about that. I'm just waiting for a team which goes by names of Juventus to pay in the money, and I cross the side which goes by names of Juventus. So that is Arsenal inquiring in for Paredes, about Paredes, and shows you that Arsenal really searching in for a central defensive midfielder. Again, to show you that Arsenal are really so much in search of a central defensive midfielder, this story has been reported by Loy Tanzi, known as at Tanzidiolik, via GFFN. He has told us that at the first hour, Arsenal and Chelsea tried to hijack Everton's deal for PSG midfielder Idriisa Gueye. However, the player has given his word to Everton and intends to keep it. Oh, Idriisa Gueye was playing at Everton before he really went into a side which goes by names of PSG, and he plays as a central defensive midfielder. He's also a midfielder who can really play as a box-to-box and as a central midfielder. he can be like a real Thomas Partey in that midfield of Arsenal. So, Arsenal went in and really inquired with Arsenal. They tried to hijack the deal of this gentleman to a side which goes by the names of Everton, because he wants to return to Everton, but he has said, I can't betray a club that really brought me to the spotlight of European football, and obviously, I'm going to Everton. You see how much Arsenal is really learning to all really trying to go in and bring in players. And one thing I've liked about these two players, Paredes and Gueye, are simple. Do you know why they're simple? They are really experienced players. I really believe that Idriisa Gueye is like in 28 years. I think he's nearing his 30 years. His 30s. Then Paredes, 25, 26. But with the experience he has, playing at the Argentina national team, leading the Argentina national team to go in and really win that Copa America Cup, it shows you that his winning mentality is way up there. He was at Inter Milan, isn't it? Then he crossed the side which goes by the names of... He was at Inter Milan, if I'm not misquoted. Then he went to the side which goes by the names of PSG. And at PSG, they've brought in Renato Sanchez, they brought in Vitinha, they're bringing in, is it Diaz from, is it Napoli? And obviously, they don't want him anymore. They don't want his services. But he has said, I want to go in and play for a side which goes by names of Everton. But Arsenal is showing you that they are paying their attention to detail, to something known as experience. I've always told you that right now, if I'm Arsenal, I have to go in for experienced players. Players who have faced every situation. That's it. Players who have gone ahead to face every situation at Arsenal. Those are, sorry, not at Arsenal, but as far as their football career is concerned. If I'm Arsenal, I go in for those because they are the ones that are really going to really get you to the level that Arsenal has really gotten on. This season, Arsenal started with a high, but trust me, time is going to come when Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko are the only players in the team that feel like a game of football can go on and be won. Who else will Arsenal be having? So that's why we believe that the next two signings Arsenal should bring in should be an experienced player. Tielemans, okay, he's experienced. Tielemans is good because he has played at huge levels, even the national team. You get? He knows what winning is all about. He has won. Is it the FA Cup with Leicester? You get? So, even some Arsenal players have won it, but I will believe that however much they won it, I think the squad that almost won that cup has almost been extinct out of Arsenal. That's it, according to me, because Aubameyang, Lacazette, Hector Bellerin, which other player? Chelsea has scored in the for you. So which other player am I talking about that has left Arsenal? There is Mesut Ozil. Very many players that were into that Arsenal team that won the FA Cup are no longer at Arsenal. They've left. That's it. So let's wait and see what's going to happen as far as Arsenal and the man who goes by names of Idriisa Gueye is concerned. But the player is saying, I'm going to Everton. I'm not going to Arsenal. I'm not turning down a team that nurtured me to the man I've become. That is a team which goes by the names of Arsenal, trying to hijack a deal for Idriisa Gueye to Everton from PSG. But obviously, even Chelsea wanted to go in and hijack that deal. So, looks like Idriisa Gueye was one of those players that was really going to get a lot of suitors. Now, today, Melissa Reddy of Sky Sports has told us that Arsenal are looking at the possibility of signing Cody Gakpo from PSV, Southampton, Newcastle, and Leeds are also in the race to sign him. So, a story came in today that Cody Gakpo is so much disappointed in Manchester United that after them signing Anthony, they've not gone back for him. Remember, United was in the race of Cody Gakpo and they thought that was going to be an option for Anthony. Something I didn't even believe because they both play on different flanks of the pitch. Cody Gakpo is good playing off the left and Anthony is good playing off the right. So, the reason as to why I'm really so much doubtful about this story of Arsenal going in for Cody Gakpo, he's not a man who can go in and really play on the right. Yet Arsenal is lacking players to play onto the right attacking side of the midfield. That's what Arsenal is really missing. But you might even look through this deal and ask yourself, why are Arsenal going in for this player? Because recently, when United was reading this deal, PSV was asking for 50 million euros. When United pulls out, Southampton goes in, it makes a bid of 25 million euros, it's rejected, and PSV asking for 30 million euros. So it shows you how United is always ransomed on far as these are concerned. Because if they never got Anthony, they would have gone ahead to spend 50 million euros on Cody Gakpo, yet the realistic valuation is 30 million euros, and that's what they want. So let's wait and see what is going to happen between Arsenal and Cody Gakpo. But Cody Gakpo has been on the ladder of Arsenal for now a full season. With effect from last summer, Cody Gakpo was one of those players that was so much linked to Arsenal. Even the January winter transfer, they told us that Arsenal is in for Cody Gakpo, and obviously we've gotten to know that the player is still at a side which goes by the names of PSV. And guess what? They are drawn with Arsenal in the same group. That is Group A. Arsenal, PSV. That is the group of the UEFA Europa League. Arsenal has been drawn with PSV, where Cody Gakpo comes in from. But Cody Gakpo will be a very good addition to Arsenal. But I ask myself, where is Cody Gakpo going to play? Because Martinelli and Emile Smith-Rowe are really doing a good job. So I really believe that Arsenal are not going to get Cody Gakpo because they're having players that really play better into that position. But I really believe that instead of going in Cody Gakpo, they should go in for a player like Marco Asensio. Why? He fits exactly into where Arsenal is really lacking quality, especially onto the right attacking side of the midfield where Bukayo Saka plays. I really believe that if at all I'm Arsenal and Edu, I go in for Arteta for Marco Asensio instead of Cody Gakpo, because it makes no sense to bring in a player who is not going to play on the right where you have problems, and bring in a player who is good at playing on the left, yet he's not really good. He's not going to go in and really thrive in your team. So that is Arsenal for you. And someone tell me that, Rokani, there is something you are not really saying, or you're undermining the price. 30 million euros, that's a bargain for him. All right, it's a bargain for him, but even Marco Asensio is at 30 million euros. And even if all that is happening, the age difference, Cody Gakpo is 21-22, Asensio is 21-22. That is Cody Gakpo for you. So we just wait and see where Arsenal is going to go in and really signing this player. Which player is Arsenal going to land? Because we've been talking about Tedimans, Pedro Neto, now Paredes, Idriisa Gueye. We've talked about Cody Gakpo and very many other players out there at the club which goes by the PSV that Arsenal is interested in. Let's wait and see who is Arsenal going to land in. Remember, tomorrow Arsenal is playing Aston Villa, and obviously in the morning the match reaction will be up onto this channel and you guys will view it and tell me what you think about it. Thank you guys for watching this. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. And Rokani David is my name. Rokani Media Football is the YouTube channel where you are watching us from. I'm out. Good night.